James Harnsberger here, Wealth by Design. All right, I am so excited. We've got Tina Dixon here, and again, we're going to bring this home and pull this all together. And I think where I want to start is a couple of things. Let me ask you a question. Because I already know what's going to happen. And so you better go home and have a talk with Ulysses, your husband, and get him to buckle up, Buttercup, because this is going to be a ride. And you are going to be a superstar on the internet in terms of people watching your progress over the next 12 months. People are going to love you. And I'm telling you, I already know this. All right. So get ready to get ready. All right. I'm not talking about change. You change diapers. I'm talking about transformation, transforming, coming into the next stage of your life that allows you to take the power you already have and do everything that you desire. And see, you already had all of that. It's just all I'm going to do is show you how it works for people that are wealthy, how it works for people that are close to getting to be wealthy. And it's not just the material things, it's the peace of mind and the calming of the soul to know that when you go to sleep at night, you don't worry about that. That's a big deal.
It is.
It's a big deal. So the most important part of this whole process is, I believe, the clarity of focus on there. In other words, you can say, I'll give you an example. My wife and I had a conversation about our trip to Europe that we're going to be taking. Okay. It's one thing to say we want to go to Italy, and it's one thing to say we want to go to England and we want to go to Scotland and just kind of make a tour. It's quite a different thing to get the books out and to look at the castles and to look at the cobblestones in the little villages and towns. And those are the places that, because you bring to life all of that emotion of that experience, right? And travel is important. All those things are important. But what this process is really going to do is going to bring alive what you've had all this time and be able to put it together and take that step with confidence and know you finally have figured it out and you finally are taking the step. And if that's all you do, you're doing more than almost any human being is ever going to do. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
Yeah, it
no,
really
thank
is.
you. I mean, it's going to make me cry.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. It's emotion. It's human emotion. That's a cool thing. So bringing this all together, what I've been doing kind of behind the scenes a little bit is I've been working on the Ulysses and Tina file. Okay. You actually have a little file.
Oh,
okay.
That's so special.
And all I've done is simply work with my team, work with Susan, my beautiful wife, in coming up with a checklist of all of the things that sort of meet your checklist: a mentor, resources, and map, right?
Yes.
So we have pulled together the resources and we've pulled together the mentoring part of it, and we pulled together the things that you will need for the mapping part of it. And so what I'm going to do right now is make a commitment to you. And in that commitment, what we're going to do is, and we'll work some of the details out, but one thing that I want to make sure, especially for everybody that's watching, is we want to come back and on a regular basis, we want to see, kind of like a reality show, if you will. We kind of want to see, where are we at now? We're in week 5.
Yes.
Where are we? We're in week 13. Where are we? Because it's one thing for me to tell people, it's another thing for you to have the experience and let you tell. You're going to be a rock star.
Oh my goodness.
People are going to love you in terms of watching how much power you have in doing these things and putting that and designing it any way that you want. And so I want to do that and share that with the world, but also
Absolutely.
in the commitment, what we're going to do is starting next Monday. So what's today? Wednesday. So starting next Monday, I'm going to make a commitment, and I'll put this all in writing. And for the next 52 weeks, okay, 52 weeks, we are going to work with you. We're going to build your mentoring team with me and other mentors, okay? We're going to build your resources through Wealth by Design. We're going to create some additional resources that we know you're going to need. I've already put together about almost close to $5,000 worth of material and resource. Oh
Really?
yeah, this is just for you and the Dixons, the Dixon team Dixon,
Oh
right?
my God, Team
Yeah,
Dixon's. Are you?
because we want you to have everything that you're going to need for your mentoring, your resources, and your mapping, right?
Yes.
And I'll
That's
have the rest of that all finished by this weekend. My team will get with you. Ellie, our executive assistant, Alan, our partner, everybody's going to
yes.
get with you and sort of map this out, and we'll start working on the schedule, and we'll start working
Oh
out
my goodness.
the game plan, right? And the only commitment that I need from you is really that we can let everybody watching kind of check in with us every once in a while, see
Absolutely.
the progress,
Yes.
and that if there is something that you've committed to doing, that something might get in the way, let's just renegotiate so we reset the time,
Yes.
and that way we can continue to move forward, okay? What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to tell you where to go here or there. You and Ulysses are going to decide that, okay? Because that's not my right, right?
Okay.
That is your design. What I'm going to do is show you how to get there.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you what I believe you're going to need to get there and how it works, right?
Yes.
At the end of the day, what you're going to come to realize is that, well, it'll be several things, but among those things, what you're going to come to realize is not only is this that simple, but it was that obvious. And that's when it struck me years back. It was that obvious, I couldn't even see it until somebody, a mentor of mine, had helped me figure it out, right?
Yes.
And sometimes the things that are the most obvious, that are right under our nose, if you will, we can't see because we're focused. It's really, it's sort of like when somebody says, well, I don't like the way that looks. And my response is always the same. Then change your point of view. Look at it a different way,
Yes.
right?
I agree.
That's your perspective. And that's all we have at the end of the day is our
That's true.
perspective.
Very true.
Our perspective of our life as it relates to the world and our world is very different from everybody else. And yet, we can't even have a conversation without half the country getting their hair in a knot, right? Sad.
It is
It's
very
sad.
sad. That division of tool is actually keeping us blinded to opportunities like this.
Right.
I don't want to fight. I want to learn, talk, and grow.
I'd rather be rich. I don't need to
Yes.
be right.
I don't need to be.
I don't need to be
I don't
right.
need to be right.
Yeah.
I don't. I thought I did.
Right. I did too.
I really did.
I was right a lot, but I was also broke.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because they don't care what I think anyway, if I'm right or wrong.
Their opinions.
And it's okay.
And, you know, at the end of the day, where does our focus go? If our focus goes away from building the financial security and the financial life that we want and desire, then we're focused on stuff that's not doing that, right? And so all I'm really going to do is what this program does is help you check in that you have the clarity of focus and the outcome. And that's a big word, outcome, not results, outcomes. Result is like a goal, okay? And outcome, you're already there, mapping the next there.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So for people in some communities that look like me,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to just put food on the table next week, is there a way that this could work for a person like
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely.
because that's where most of Americans are.
Yeah.
And if you are able to support the people with an opportunity such as this could help save so many families from,
I truly
impoverishment.
believe you're right. And Susan will tell you one of my biggest goals from the time that we met 13 years ago, and it's been a goal for a long time in my life. I want to have a positive impact and touch a million lives in a positive way.
We will.
Okay? To me,
Yes.
that's how you change the world. You start with one human being at a time.
Yes.
And you give them a little bit of this and let them do whatever they're going to do. The world will change as a result of that.
Yeah, as long as we
Don't
do our
worry
part,
about
right?
that. Don't worry about that. Focus on that. And that's why I believe like that pay it forward thing.
Yes.
So the way this will work is we'll figure out the detail with you and Ulysses and my team. And you're going to have access to the same thing everybody else gets. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ramp you up to another level so that you get the hands-on experience. So part of that experience, we'll map that out, and we'll get with you and Ulysses through our executive assistant Ellie, and start laying that out so that Monday we have a first step, and that's to get that all introduced and where we're going.
Wow.
And then I think the next step would be really to map out
Wow.
for you and for Ulysses to sit down over the weekend and really just figure out what's the first step that you want to take. Okay. The cool thing about this is that all of these other experts, legal experts, accounting experts, tax experts, financial, retirement, real estate, mortgage broker, all these people, when you have a need to have a conversation about those things, they'll talk to you and they won't charge you the fee to have a conversation.
A real estate
Right.
person too?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure part of your wealth by design includes buying real estate,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. To have
Yeah.
access to that, wow.
And if you had people like people that Susan knows, people that I know that
Yes.
can work with you and show you, and they will show you how it works,
Yes.
show you a whole host of programs that are available where you can actually buy that home. And then what if you bought the home and then 2 years from now you turned it into a rental or you built an ADU, and all of a sudden you're talking about the things that you were talking about, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, well, this is something that everybody can do. What we have to do is figure out first, how do you want to design it? What are the resources that you need? What do we have inside that you can start mapping it out? And then let's just get started on getting started.
I'm so excited.
It's
I'm
really that
ready.
simple.
Oh my God, I'm ready to do the work. I'm so excited. Thank
Awesome.
you.
All right,
Thank
now I
you.
get to point to you and just let you sort of tell us, mainly the viewers, any questions that you might have. But coming here today, you didn't really have the full picture because I didn't want you to have the full picture for a reason, right? Wanted to wait till you got here
Yes.
because I think it was important for, you got a little bit of an idea, but just kind of let's wrap up and just walking away today. Tell me what you're feeling now. You're leaving here today and you're on a path now. Tell me what you're feeling.
A huge sense of relief.
Okay?
I have a foundation based off of all the questions I've been having, and now I have support in a team. Like who? Me? Like a team? I just can't even. That's bigger than anything. Beyond what I was even imagining. When I am my quest to create wealth, it doesn't mean just money, of course,
Right.
but we want money, but we mean resources for people. And that's really important. I know people say that, but that's the only way this works.
Right.
And so in that case, the frustration that I had of how am I going to navigate to make sure that I leave a legacy, but while I'm here, help my community and help us come
That's a
back
big deal.
together. That is a lot of weight on my shoulders, and you have actually I still have to do all the work.
Yeah, but it's
But
your
I got
life.
you gave an engine to
Yeah.
get that's enormous.
Yeah.
And I don't know like anyone that would not appreciate an opportunity like this.
And what if I told you it probably won't even take 6 months and you can work in your community doing the same thing for your community, my community, every other community. You will have come far enough in 6 months that you will be able to show people how it works also. See, that's what I believe, the power of the multiplying effect.
Yes.
The power of the internet, the power of the network, if you will, the
Yes.
power of building a community, right?
Yes.
We're all in the same community,
Yes.
right? The human community.
The human community.
Right. Let's start there
Yes,
before
'cause
we
that's
get
where it's
into
at.
all the other
Right.
nonsense, right?
Yes.
And taking this to a community by building the community that we desire first, it's not that, see, and you don't have to worry about knowing anything because you're just going to share the experience of doing it, and you'll be able to show people how to do it also.
Tangible results.
And long after I'm gone, people will still be doing that, building wealth by design.
Wow. I'm honored.
Pay it forward. Share it with other people.
And I am going to share
Yeah.
this. I definitely will share this across my platforms and hope to bring another group of dynamics of people, demographic of people who are not even asking these questions.
Right.
So then to start to ask particular questions.
Yeah, let's get them to ask those questions.
Let's ask them to ask questions, and then we can, so I kind of understand where I need to start because I am kind of out of the norm in the sense of my thinking.
Nothing wrong with that.
In regards to community ties. However, I do know that people want solutions and they just want to be self-sufficient. No one wants to just give us opportunity and we'll run with it.
Right.
And we'll make it work for everyone.
And stand back and watch me, right?
And stand back and watch me because this is going to be an amazing year.
And the whole thing comes down to this final point.
Yes, sir.
And it goes back to that pay it forward.
Yes.
When you are grateful for the things that you're blessed with, like Susan and I and like yourself and everybody else, then it's not work. It's not effort. It's effortless, if you will. Because you walk, it's like Cicero said, the gateway to all human virtue is gratitude.
Yes.
With a grateful heart, all things happen. All love, all of that happens only with gratitude first,
I agree.
So if you have a program that is built on gratitude, if you have a program that is built on paying it forward first, if you have a program that is free to just share and take advantage and use as much as you need or want to design the life that you want financially, the rest of it will work itself out, I'm pretty sure, and I don't have to worry about it because we're in the 21st century and we do have a network, right? The internet.
So I definitely want to grow up and be like you.
And me like you, with that enthusiasm. I love that enthusiasm.
Yes, I'm really excited.
All right.
This is a whole new entire journey.
So we've got a deal?
We definitely
Fist
got
bump?
a deal.
All
Hello.
right. Awesome. Cool. All right,
you.
James Harnsberger, you heard it first right here. Tina Dixon signed up. We're on a track right now for the next 52 weeks, and we're going to check in with her on a regular basis.
Absolutely, yes.
You don't want to miss these updates. Go down at the bottom. Check in and click. Follow me on the YouTube. Click the notification. Follow me on my Facebook. Go to my webpage, jamesharnsberger.com. Opt in to the notifications. You'll want to follow up on the next video. We're going to see where she's at in a few weeks and how she and Ulysses got started. This is going to be an exciting ride. We'll see you on the next show. Wealth by Design, James Harnsberger.